Hey guys, it's Patty, and I am back with Shabby Chic Ornament number 4 for 2013. And this is her. I love how she came out. I think she's so pretty. And what I love about this one is it could be an ornament and a tag as well. Listen, they all could go on top of presents. You know, I'm a firm believer in that. You could hang them on a bag. You could paste them on the top of a present. So, and that's the back. And this you can do whatever you want with. You know, you could leave this blank and write to and from. You know, whichever. Or, you know, Merry Christmas and their name. Or, you know, whichever you prefer. Okay. So this is the one we're going to be working on today. I really like how she came out. Really, really pretty. So let me show you what you're going to need, okay? You're going to need some doilies, any type. Some of these. These I just found they're a little bit like they're not paper. It's sort of like a plastic or vinyl or something. So you got to be careful of these. But I was just showing you for the design. But you can use them, of course, if you have them. Just, you know, just have to work with it. Maybe a little different as far as what adheres to it. I'm not positive, but but these are fine. Now, what I did was, one is way too thin to do this with. So, you know how they kind of stick together, like when you just peel them apart? I just pulled it apart, and I think there's 2 here. Could be 3. Depends, because they're so fine. But I think this is 2. So you need 2, so you're not too floppy, okay? Because 1 is just, you know, and you get some weight to it. And you'll see what I mean. Okay, so you need your doilies. You will need some type of a frame. Now, you can make the frame out of paper if you choose. You know, God, I'm like blank, right? Spellbinder, you know, something or other, or a die, just so you have some type of frame to frame a picture. The thing, this here, and then you're going to need, see, this is another type of frame. You're going to need some photos. I use vintage photos. You can put a photo of a child in there, your child, your husband, your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, whichever you choose. I used vintage children. These I just printed out on my computer. This is on white cardstock. Some of them I do on, like, this is like a vanilla color cardstock, and I like how they come out. They come out real vintagey. So try that. Okay, so you're going to need a frame, the photo. Then you're going to need, this is a manila folder, and I just cut a circle out. So you're going to need a manila folder. And the size of the circle will depend, but I'll get to that in a minute. You're going to need paints. Okay, and I used, it's called Flesh Tone by Americana. Great color. And this here is warm white. You can use any, not real white I wouldn't use, but you know, any vintage white is fine. Oops. Okay, and then you're going to need either Mod Podge. I've been using this Collage Podge, like it. Let's see, you need, you know, scissors, of course. You're going to need a distressing tool. Distress ink, or I use this archival ink. You're going to need a couple of paint brushes, one for the Mod Podge, some for the paint. Let's see, seam binding if you have. If you don't have seam binding, this is the Hug Snug seam binding. Any kind of ribbon that you have. And then cheesecloth. This is about the size of the cheesecloth. You don't need anything large, just a small piece. And then you're going to need your, what is this, crocodile? I forget what it's even called actually. But, you know, punch a hole. And then some foam to pop up something on it, which is the piece on the back here now. You don't have to do that. You can just leave this plain, but if you want to do it like this tutorial. And then I just stamped out some phrases. Holiday greetings. This is joy in a circle. This is the one I used on the other one, Magic of Christmas. And this one here is a to and from, like I was saying earlier, that after we cut out and distress it and everything, we can put that on the back, which I'm going to try today. I think we're going to go with that one. Okay, so you're going to need that. And this is on, it's a real lightweight, it's not really chipboard, is it? It's a real heavyweight cardstock, let's say that, okay? But whichever you prefer on that one, okay? So, let's get started on this here, okay? So, what you're going to do is you're going to take your doily, your two doilies, stick together. Try not to let them come apart, okay? If you don't, really touch them, they won't. If you just kind of just grab on the inside, you don't touch the edges, they won't come apart. And then you're going to paint the edges, okay, with the flesh tone. So let me get my mat real quick here to show you what I did. And this mat, do not judge this mat. This is like my extra one. Okay. So, okay, you're going to take that, and I'm going to do the other side because you have to do both sides of it. Can you guys see all that? I hope. Let me see if I can get a little closer. Go a little further. Okay, so, no, that's not going to work. Okay, so you're going to take a little bit of the paint, not too much, and just all the way around, okay? And I'm not going to do, I did this side already, so I'll show you this side, okay? Just all the way, just very haphazard, that's like my word today. I did another tutorial and it's like haphazard, just randomly. How about that? Okay, just randomly go around the page and, okay? Just so you got a lot of it covered like that, okay? You don't have to go in the middle because that's going to be covered, okay? So just where the laser cutting is, okay? Then, when you're done with that color, you could, let that air dry, or you can heat that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just trying to show you the technique, and then I have one already done. So, and then I take the white, and shouldn't be dunking it back in there, and I just get rid of that color, dilute it down, okay? I don't want to get any paint in there. Okay. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So you really want to dilute down that flesh tone color, okay? And same on that side. I'll do it a little bit more so you can see. Okay, so you get the idea on that one, right? Okay. Then you're going to take that manila folder, or the tag, if you have a manila tag, that would work too. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut it to the pretty much the inside. You want to just to come around this piece right here. Okay, so cover that center, but you want the edges showing like that. Okay, so once you cut that out, let me get a ruler so I can show you the actual size on that one. This is the closest ruler, so let's see. It is about 3 inches in diameter, okay? So if you have a 3-inch punch, you could do that. Okay, and then you're going to distress all the edges, okay, all the way around there. And then this one, whichever you prefer. Okay, you don't have to worry about one side. You're going to be working on one side. All right, so you do that. Then you're going to paint the whole side with the flesh tone color, okay? You're going to paint this whole side with this flesh tone color. And then I just kind of marbleized it a little bit. You see like how it doesn't really have, you know, it's kind of streaky and whatnot. And what you can do is then lighten it up, which I'm going to do now, and I forgot to do. Okay. You just want to lighten it up and just, you know, light, dark, whatever you want to do on it. Okay. I don't know why I'm holding it. It's silly. I'm so used to holding everything in these videos. And if it's too light, then you just go back and you take a little of the flesh tone and, you know, soften it up. Okay? So, once you get the desired color you want, let me just close these so they don't spill on me. Okay, once you get the desired color you want, you're going to then, I just got like tongue-tied, excuse me. You're going to take this piece here, and you're going to take this one, and you're going to adhere them together. Okay? I wouldn't use a glue gun. I would use a liquid. You could even use the Collage Podge to adhere them together, or something that dries a little faster if you want, any liquid glue. I'd be afraid that tape wouldn't hold with this. So I wouldn't use any kind of tape. I would use a liquid glue, okay? So you're going to adhere those together, okay? I already have mine done. And once you have those together, you are going to, let me just make sure it's dry there, okay. You are going to distress the edges, okay? So when I say distress, I mean with distress ink, okay? So you're going to take your distress ink. I can't find any of my my sponges. This is what I found. Is that disgusting? So you're going to just take them and do all the edges. And you know what I just realized? I forgot a step. Back up. Okay. Before you adhere this to this. Or you can do it actually after if you choose to. That's personal preference. But you need to Mod Podge this whole thing. Okay? And the reason for that is to make it stiff like this. I mean, this is really hard. Okay? And then after you do that, you can either glue this on after, or you can Mod Podge the whole thing. Personal preference. It doesn't really matter as far as the outcome. Okay, so this is what you'll look like in the end. Okay, now you can see a little bit of a sheen. This Mod Podge, well, not the Mod Podge, I'm sorry, this Collage Podge is matte. Okay, so you don't see, you see a little bit of a sheen, but I don't like that shiny. I hate when Mod Podge comes out shiny. I like a matte finish. Okay. Okay, so now this is where we're at. Okay, you're going to have this piece right here. Okay, then you're going to take your photo, okay, and cut it down to the size of whichever frame you're going to use, and adhere that together. Okay, so I already have that step done. There's a little piece of, okay, I don't know why that's stuck on there, but okay. Alright, so I have that done there. Then you're going to take your cheesecloth, okay? What I do is, this is like double this cheesecloth. Yeah, it's like, it's folded in half, and then I cut it to this size. So you're going to want to, you're going to want this as the backing here for your photo, okay? So you're going to cut off any extra, okay? And then what I do is I fray the edges to get it to look real shabby, okay? This actual ornament is shabby vintage, I would say. Okay, and then you're going to want it to be like that. Okay, and that goes like that. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use my glue gun for that. Something stuck on my glue gun there. Ooh. And then I just take that, put that down, and then put this stuff all over my glue gun. Oh gosh. Okay. And then you are going to adhere this to that, like that. Okay. Now, you could also put your picture that it's this way. Okay, but I liked it that way. Okay, so that's for the next step. All right. So what I can do now is get this mat out of the way, because I don't think, oh no, I do need this mat, I'm sorry. Okay, so that's where we're at, and you just put that aside for a second. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to punch a hole in the top here, but we're going to wait a moment on that because we have to do the seam binding. Now, if you don't want to distress it or anything, you don't have to. You can use any ribbon you have, and that's fine. But I'm going to show you how to get it to look like this and all crinkly, okay? So I already have mine done here, so I'll leave that there. But what you do is, I'm just going to take a small piece and show you, is you take a piece of seam binding, okay? I got strings everywhere here. It's a disaster right now. I'm so sorry. I'm rushing. It's Tuesday, and 2 more days is Thanksgiving, and I have cooking to do, and I'm trying to fit all this in, so I do apologize. Okay? Alright, so let me get these out of the way here. Okay. So what I do is I take this, okay, my archival ink or your distress ink, you put it on your sponge, and you take your seam binding and you just rub, okay? Just rub it across, okay? And it'll come out all different tones, but that's what you want, okay? And then you take it, you go on the other side, and you do the same thing. Now the edges, if you have actual seam binding, the edges might, you know, get a little frayed and stringy. That's okay, you can just cut that off, and then it won't continue, okay? So that's where you get the color, okay? At that point, you can just cut off anything like that. Okay? Cut that a little bit better, actually. Okay. So, that's what you're going to wind up with, okay? You can make it darker, lighter, whichever you prefer. Now, to get it crinkled, all you're going to do is take it in your hand, okay, and just give it a spritz of water. And all I do is roll it. It's such a small piece, it's hard. Roll it in a bowl like that, and then I just leave it like that, okay? I leave it like that, and if you can see here, these are the ones I did earlier, and I just let them dry just like that. And when you open them, this is what you have. Pretty cool, huh? Easy peasy. And then this is the longer piece for the bow, and this is the piece we're going to use to hang it from. So, the size you're going to need as far as length, and I'm going to tell you now for your seam binding, is, let's see, now this is all personal preference again, so this is 18, 36, 36, 46. I'd say about 50 inches of seam binding to make the bow. And this piece here is 12 inches for the actual hanger for the ornament, okay? Next, what I did was, now I think I can get rid of this here. Let me get rid of this because it's annoying me. Okay, that's better. Okay. Now, you take this here, your 50 inches, after you distressed it and crinkled it, you take it and you wrap it around your hand like this. Okay, very gently, not tight, just very loosely, okay? And then you're going to gather it in the middle like that. And you're going to take your other piece, okay, and let's see, you're going to lay it flat. Let me do this again. Okay, you have your piece here, right? Let me just get that even. Okay, you have your piece here. You can take this piece here and just fold it in half and set it down. Okay, you take the other piece and lay it on top. Take the two ends and pull it through the loop like that, and it makes the center of the bow. And there's a piece, of course, stuck in there, and I don't know where it's coming from, but you get what I mean. Okay, let's see where this is. I don't know where this piece is coming from. Hold on, I'm sorry. Let me try this again. It never works out the way you want it to work out when you're showing somebody. It's so annoying. I'm old thumbs. Okay, so you're going to take it. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? No, you cannot. You're going to take it. Okay, lay it on top of here. Take the end, take the two ends, and pull it through. Okay? Just like that. Like that. And mine aren't working so well. Excuse me. They're a little damp. So, okay, so that's what you have. Okay? So there's your bow, and there's your hanger. Okay? So, you just kind of open them up. Total shabby. Very cool, right? Okay, so you're going to take this piece now back, and you're going to set down the bow for a minute. And what you got to do here is, oh Lord, what did I do? I just realized I think I made a boo-boo. I did make a boo-boo. Alright, so you know what? You don't have to you do have to make a hole here, only because I'm afraid if you glue it on here it might not stay. Okay, but then again I think it will. What I did was here is I just adhered it differently. Okay, so I put a loop through. I put eyelet, put a hole, put the eyelet, okay, and then I just pulled it all through like that. Okay, so what I did wrong here is I wasn't supposed to put this on yet. Okay, so because I was supposed to put it through the eyelet first. Okay, so do you understand that? Make the hole. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, I'm going to take my larger end and I'm going to make a hole. Now you could do this beforehand. I'm doing it after because, you know, of course I'm doing everything backwards. I'm doing a tutorial, you know how it goes. So you do that, and I try to do that through both of them. Okay, so now you have the hole there. You're going to put the eyelet in there. Okay, I'm not going to do that now because I'm all fumbled up now. So what I'm going to do now is show you the other way that I just decided I was going to do it, and I'm going to just glue this on the top there. Okay, so you can do it with the eyelet. Right now I am just gluing it on top, just so you guys get the idea of what's going on here. Okay, because at this point I don't have everything made again to do it again. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that's, I mean, I don't, you know, maybe you don't have to put the hole, you know, I mean, it might just stay, it's actually pretty strong like that. So again, I just realized that you can do it this way with the eyelet, or you can just glue it on. Personal preference, and I just saved myself a step. Okay, so now at that point you can just leave it alone, and you know, just put a card or a tag on the back. Okay, now that this is dry, I'm going to adhere this to the back here, and I'm going to just do this with my glue gun now for time safety, but I would do it with some liquid, some other liquid glue, not the glue gun, okay, because you want it to be nice and flat and whatnot, okay? So you're going to put that on the back there, okay? Now that that's dry. Now, normally what you would do is, you know, before you do this step, you would do this. But because I'm doing a tutorial, I just got a little fouled up, and I apologize. I'm new at this, guys. Please forgive me. Okay, so here's the front, here's the back. Now you can just write on this if you choose to. You can do whatever you choose to do on this half. But what I want to do is take this here that we made, and I'm going to cut it out. And I'm just going to go as close as I can, then I'm going to use my smallest scissors. And I'm trying to rush because I don't want these videos to be too long, and I should have had this done already. But I wanted to show you how to distress all the edges and get this to look real distressed from, you know, just this white cardstock. Okay, and then I use my small scissors. Oops, my small scissors, and come on in. And just okay, take this way. Hope I'm in frame. Okay, come on this side. These little scissors are so good because you can just literally get into every nook and cranny. I love them. I'll tell you the name of them in a moment. I'm not really sure which they are. Okay, oh god, of course there's no name on them. I know I'm pretty sure they're Fiskars, but this is what they look like. They're pink and white. They're really tiny, so get yourself a pair. They're great. Okay, so now you have this, okay? Now, you know, you cut it out a little better, whatever. What I do then is just distress it, you know. Everything in my world is the shabbier the better. I don't like anything to look new and clean, and I like it to look like it's been around for a while. Like me. I'm getting older. It's terrible. No, it's not terrible. I don't feel old. I don't. I actually feel young. I think probably too young. My kids are like, Mom, you realize how old you are? Let me tell you something. Kids, they remind you how old you are. Okay, so now you could do that a little bit better. And then, I'm throwing it around, sorry. You are going to find your sponge, okay? And then just, now again, you would be doing this down on a, look at that transforming, isn't that cool? And don't worry about crinkling it up because, you know, the whole idea is that it looks like it's old. Okay, and then what I do is I just sort of soften up that paper, you know, give it some pliability. Okay, now at this point, if you are going to write on it, I would do it while it's flat. Only because it might be difficult to do it on there. But hey, you know what? You ladies that are more talented than I am. Okay, so now what you're going to do with this is you're going to take your little foam tabs and you're going to, I'll cut this one in half. Okay. And you're going to put one on each end, and I'll show you. I mean, you don't have to, you know, do this. You can just put some glue, I guess, if you wanted to. And then but I don't know, I just like the way it looked a little bit raised. I'll show you this one here. Can you see that one? Okay, and then you put these on both sides. Now, I wanted to have a little bit of a pocket, so I put down this side first. Okay, oh, how if I take off the stickies? Okay, like this. Okay, and then push that up a little bit. Let's see, I'm going to crease in there. Let's see, like that. And like that. Okay, so you have a pocket there. Okay, that's why I'm saying you really need to write on it first if you do it this way. Okay, so if you don't want to do it this way, you could just put it flat and that'll be the end of it. If you want to keep going, you can add the flowers and the cheesecloth. And this, I forgot to tell you, you need a little gem of some sort. I forgot again to put the light on it. Hold on one second, guys. Of course, I get the light on now. Oh, Boise, Idaho. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, wow, what a difference. Sorry, the whole thing could have been working with this light on. Okay, so we're at this step now, okay? So, let's see. You're going to take any flowers you have, but something small. Okay, I have these beautiful ones. And these are from Jay's, oh, I broke that one, darn it. From Gisela's store. I don't know what they're called, but look at that flower. Isn't that beautiful? Now you can just stress the edges or whatever. I like to take 3 or odd numbers. We all kind of know that. But if you don't, odd numbers always work better. Okay, and just a little bouquet. Take the wire, wrap it around. Okay. And then I'm going to take the other piece of cheesecloth that I had. Where is it? Where's that excess piece of cheesecloth? Where did I put the cheese? Oh, here it is. Ding dong. Okay, so now you're going to take a little tiny piece of cheesecloth, cut it off, and just, okay, keep distressing the edges to shabby it up. Okay, and then I kind of just tuck them like that, and then just wrap it up just like that. Okay, so you can just open this up here. You could wrap it whichever way you want, but I'm just going to put a little glue on there and just wrap it around like that so it stays. Okay, got it? And you're going to, I mean, we know this is going to be long, but you can wait to cut it. And you're just going to tuck this under, if I can get it under. Oh, that helped. So all I got to do is that. Okay, and then just glue that puppy back down. Okay, so that looks good just about there. Okay, so I'm going to take a little glue, pop it behind there, and I'm running out of glue, of course, and just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take the end and just cut it to where I think it works. Okay, and then you could, let me just get another glue stick in here and then glue the bottom better. Okay, and I'm just going to take a little bit more glue like that and like that. Usually work a little neater than this, but I'm so sorry. Okay, this needs a little bit more glue. My glue gun was running out, so let me just a little bit more there. Okay, so you have that like that. Now, I don't like, you know, just leaving that alone like that. So you can take anything. if you want. And just, oops, sorry. But I like these little snowflaking looking things here. And they're a little bit more vintage looking. So I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to take this one because, I'm going to take this one because the other one had the other one on it. And I'm just going to like figure out where I like it. See, this one is kind of tucked like right there. And I think I might do this one, oops. I don't know, like right down there maybe, or let's see. Maybe right there, I don't know. This was supposed to be a little bit more crooked, so I'm just going to pop it in down there somewhere. These decisions. I'm such a perfectionist, like, and you wouldn't know it the way I work, right? I'm so sloppy sometimes. I'm actually not sloppy. I'm only sloppy on these tutorials because I really feel rushed and you know how it is. Okay, so that's it. You can add anything else you want there. But just a little, you know, whatever. Okay, then what you can do, and I just realized it, is, I have this stringy here driving me crazy. Take some stickles. Where is my stickles? I do not know. Oh, and the other thing you can add, actually, I forgot to show you this too, is I have these eyelash, oops, dropped it. I have these eyelash trims. And what would be really pretty is to put this all the way around here. So you can do that, you know, when you adhere this piece down. So that would be pretty. These are both Martha Stewart's. They're in the yarn section. And they are just beautiful. Especially for this time of year. This one's great. It's totally flesh color and gold. So you could do something like that if you chose. You could wrap it around here if you chose. You could do whatever you want with it. So I just thought I would show you that little idea. But again, I'm not going to do this now because it's going to take time to dry. But you could put stickles all the way around. Okay? And make sure you decide whether or not you're going to write on there. But, and then on the top here, I just normally take this and you can glue it together if you choose to, if you like it to be seamless. Oh God, there's another string. If you want it to be seamless, you could just glue it, otherwise just tie it. But that's it. So, oh, goofball. You know what I forgot? Okay. Now I know why I had these two other guys here. Okay. It's been a long day, guys. I'm sorry. I think this tutorial is turning out to be a disaster, but I hope you get it. So these can go on the bow here, like that. You can do that one. I think I like that one. Okay, so you take your glue gun, you put it in the center of the bow. Are you guys in frame? There we go. Center of the bow. I have stringies everywhere from that cheesecloth. And just pop that on there. Again, you would do a little bit more glue than that, just to make sure it stays. Okay? So I hope you like it. I hope I was clear. If you guys didn't understand something, please, oh gosh, please, give me a buzz. Let me know. Here's the other one I made. And again, this one, I took my time. I did not rush. So this is what yours will look like. If you rush, it might not come out as perfect. And I know it's not perfect here, but, you know, again, it's not completely finished. But you guys...